my God, I love the Muppets. God, Kermit. Hello, Menominee. Or should I say Phenomenee? That's right. Oh my God, you guys, welcome to 2025 Fashion Without Fabric. Who is excited? All right, this is gonna be such a great show for you guys. I'm so excited for you to see all of the hard work that these students have put into their outfits. For those of you that don't know anything about Fashion Without Fabric, I'm gonna give you just a little overview of how it's gone in the past 3 weeks. So basically, we start the whole thing off with a launch party, okay? All the students gather into the room, and Bob announces the theme. This year, the theme is Phenomena, so all of these students are putting together these crazy sculptural outfits that they're gonna wear down the runway one time, and they have randomly selected a phenomena that they're making their outfit based on. So that's very exciting. It's gonna be an extravaganza. And then after the launch party, with everyone like excited and like ready to get going, we send off our students to spring break. Woo! Spring break! Yes! And then when they come back, they're ready to like hit the grindstone, right? So like hot glue guns everywhere. Crazy, just like spray paint everywhere. 3 weeks ideating, grinding, problem solving, having just like the craziest time. But I just want to say a quick thank you to Doug and Dino from the Process Lab. Yes. Truly couldn't do anything without them, and neither could any of these students that you're going to see wearing outfits today. And I would also like to give a thank you to Kathy Wiseman, because legend, yes. So they make sure that everyone has the materials and the resources that they need to make these projects as epic as possible. While I'm on thank yous, I'd like to also give thank yous to our sponsors. So we have Mike's Art and Design. Yes. And also thank you to Forma, formerly Studio MLM. And thank you to Hoft Construction, who I think are over here somewhere. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now, if you want to sponsor Fashion Without Fabric, there's a little QR code on the back of your program here that you can scan, because tonight we are going to be giving away $1,000. Oh my God, that's so much money. And that's the scholarship prize. So our lovely professors will be judging that tonight. But we also have some other judges that will be judging our other prizes, which are first place prize, second place prize, third place prize, avant-garde, best of craft, best in accessories, and most innovative use of materials. So our judges today for those things will be Andrew Bogard. Gorgeous. Yes, Andrew is currently a graphic designer at the Walker Art Center, but he actually went to Stout, and he won that $1,000 scholarship prize. So good for him, welcome back. We also have the wonderful Masako Onodera. Yes. We love her dearly. She's one of our most wonderful professors and a medals genius. She has taught this project before, so she knows the ropes, but never judged before, so new task for you today. So excited to have you. And then our final judge is Arthur Neeland. Yeah. Probably one of the only people in this room that actually knows anything about any of these phenomena, because he's from He's from the biology department at Stout, another one of our lovely professors. So very happy to have you here as well. So exciting. All right, I'm also going to shout out Chancellor Frank, who's somewhere over here. Over here, hello! I didn't see you. So excited to have you here. Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you for all you do for Stout, and I hope that you have a great show. We also have the provost here, Glendalina Rodriguez. Where are you at? Glenda Lee. I said your name wrong. I'm so sorry. You have such an amazing name. But she's here and ready. And we also have the dean here, and it's his first show. So, oh my goodness. So excited to, yes. Are you ready? Oh my God, it's gonna be great. All right. So before we get started, I just want to say that these students have truly worked so hard on this project, and they only get to walk out here one time, so let's cheer for them. Yeah, let's give them a big cheer when they walk down the runway. Yeah. Let's be super loud for them when they walk down the runway. Laugh when you see something stupid. Take lots of pictures. We just don't want you to have the flash photography on because we don't want anyone to fall off the stage. So make sure you turn off the flash on your phones. And I think that we're about ready to start the show. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Yes! Yes! I'm so excited. All right. Let's get this thing started, shall we? All right. Our first number is Crystal Bloom, Frost Flowers. Modeled by Zach Brooks. On a frigid winter's morning, when the ground is yet to freeze, deep in the plant stem, water begins to freeze and escape from the bark of the plant. Out grows a flower like ice formation known as the frost flower. Were it a great degree warmer, it would melt away. These rare and beautiful frost flowers must have perfect conditions to bloom. In this perfect moment, the delicate frost flower unfolds before melting away in the sunlight. Oh my God. Beautiful flower is melting away. Gorgeous. Give us one last look. Yes. Seeing the light. Oceanic Twilight Zone. Oh. Modeled by Kelly Jones. Welcome to the Oceanic Twilight Zone, where we will take you 3,000 feet below sea level. At this depth, we'll meet some of the many creatures that inhabit this part of the ocean. Seeing these creatures up close may be scary, but don't worry, they're just as afraid of us as we are of them. We might even be more dangerous than they are. Unfortunately, because of pollution, this oceanic layer is dying. This outfit is made to represent the beautiful bioluminescent light that can happen in the ocean's twilight zone, as well as the pollution that is causing its beautiful light to die out. Guys, look at all the trash on that costume. Wow, the pollution! Amazing. Give us one last look. Yeah! Deep
sky transforms into a canvas of orange and black, with thousands of monarch butterflies dancing through the air. They've embarked on one of nature's most phenomenal migrations, a journey of 3,000 miles from Canada to Mexico, guided solely by instinct. They arrive on the Day of the Dead, resembling the departed souls who return to visit their loved ones. As the king of butterflies waves across the stage, they once again take flight, leaving behind an echo of their presence. Not found, Error 404. Modeled by Madison Smith. When in the context of the digital age, a blue screen of death can become a fatality. Lost connections lead to terror, panic, and mass confusion. Left only with the words, not found. As servers die and deadlings prosper, a void emerges underneath, manifesting into a display of forbidden content. A moving, unrendered glitch. Is it simply a miscommunication between servers and links? Or something you weren't supposed to see? That's like my Mac when I need it most. Real-life zombification, Massospora cicadina, modeled by Eleanor Heitzman Lewis. From the moment a spore pierced her exoskeleton, this cicada hasn't been the same. Under the dirt, she is eaten from the bottom up, as an intruding mushroom pumped her brain full of various chemicals. When she bursts through the ground, her body is overcome by aphrodisiacs that make her want to mate. She will climb up trees and call to entice other cicada to touch her white, flaky mushroom abdomen, which allows spores to access a new body. Whenever she flies above the ground, she becomes a salt shaker of spores that will burrow into the ground and infect the next generation. Tangled in Time, Synthesia Shells, Savoring Time, modeled by Eddie. Time is a fragile gift, but it seems to pass in the blink of an eye. We all want to savor as much time as we can, but we all know how tricky that can be. It would be nice if we could look at some sort of structure that holds our favorite moments to see a physical projection or manifestation of our memories. You walk through a ring that stretches far beyond what the eye can see. On your right, you see thousands, if not millions, of your memories, and even the things you might have forgotten. On your left is nothing but miles of eerie blank spaces yet to be filled by your future. You stay for a while, reminiscing on lost thoughts. But before you have time to take action, the ring has already closed in. You barely have time to move as it is, and the more you look at the ring, the more it wraps around itself. You are focused on the present, savoring what you have now. If only you weren't stuck in the past or worried about the future. If only you weren't tangled in time. God, that was awesome. Growing Pains, Regeneration, modeled by Jack Rivers. Oh my God. Here comes the elusive Hydra, a mythical creature that can regrow any body part, including its head. This creature takes features from axolotls, geckos, and lizards. It is even in the process of regrowing some scales and heads. A dropped limb could easily grow back. Oh my God, it lost its limb. With some of the growing pains, of course. Oh my God, it's back! The arm is back! Because regeneration. Amazing. Look at that puppet. Crazy. Wow. That's beautiful. One last look, yeah. Overseer, Cosmic Eldritch Horror, Galaxy Collision, modeled by Alastair Stower. It appeared from afar, the unknown, in a mass of space and stars. A prediction of a collision, Andromeda, formed amidst the happening of the predicament. Two major systems collide. The scene unravels in its wake, warping and distorting at its seams. It's silent, Yet you can almost hear it when you see the disruption ripple across the face of Earth, when everything went still. The atmosphere went silent. Then, it dimmed like a light being blocked by a hand. You look up. In the sky, you see it. Beyond the blue horizon, a massive humanoid-like face lurking just outside of Earth's atmosphere. Ominous in its otherworldly existence, Earth was nothing but a toy to it. The face blank of any expression and facial features, aside from one odd and deformed orb that peered down on the Earth like a watchful eye, overseeing all of humanity with intentions that remain unknown. Ooh. So dark and mysterious. Drunken Wave! Rogue Wave. Modeled by Callie Pershman. Somewhere on the Edmund Fitzgerald, in the middle of Lake Superior, while you're 3 sheets to the wind, you hear 3 rogue waves crashing onto your boat, coming seemingly out of nowhere. As they get higher and higher, the monstrous waves reach record feet above the base of the ship. Somehow, you make it out alive and recall this story to others. But they don't believe it. They don't believe the tales of the drunken sailor. Oh, she just made it. Oh my God. Amazing. Scarlet Bloom, Red Tide. Modeled by Kat Klopatek. From the depths of the waters, danger emerges. A silent danger, unseen but unstoppable. Utilizing the shades of dark blue, light blue, green, red, and teal, an expression of harmful algae blooms exists. The algae take over and changes colors of the waters, harming the environment, including the humans and sea wildlife alike. Oh my God. The Red Tide. The Hidden Flame, Zombie Fire. Modeled by Claire Pierce. Dull, cold, and gray tones conceal an underlying presence of danger that reveals itself in the rise of temperature. Driven by smoldering embers, an unraveling of layers and smoke allows a once-breathing fire to ignite its flames, burning and singeing what dares to remain in its path. While appearing to be dead, it returns to life like a zombie to cause destruction. A silent and secret burning being cannot be ultimately extinguished, but admired in its persistence to exist for its purpose of fabricating danger. The Birth of a Griffin, Hybridization. Modeled by Alyssa Smits and Harley Malmstrom. Appearing in its numerous ancient civilizations, this iconic creature, the Birth of Griffin, is a phenomenon full of mystery. It is composed of a hybrid of half eagle and half lion, symbolizing strength, wealth, protection, and authority. Originating from an egg in sacred nests, the griffin's cycle of life creates strength and intelligence. The hybrid form is a popular figure in art, literature, and fashion. Oh my God, they're combining. Oftentimes, the connection to gold, a status symbol of value and power, reflecting cultural ideas of wealth. Give it up for the Griffin! CEO of Corrosive Fish and Company, Acid Rain, modeled by Zach Liebel. Here comes the CEO of Corrosive Fish and Company, a bright face of a wealthy man distracting you from the pollution his business is generating. As the pollution breaks up in the clouds, rain clouds start dropping corrosive rain. Each drop of acid causes more and more damage. rusting and breaking apart metal, wood, stone, and ecosystems. Oh my God, he's falling apart. Being corroded by his own pollution, what once seemed pristine is now breaking under his own design. The more money he makes, the more he pollutes, the more he destroys himself. Oh, he's clambering across the stage. He's falling apart. Gosh. Oh. Deep dive. Sinkholes. Modeled by Brielle Harder. The surface collapses, revealing an underground cavity filled with fluorescent blue water. Formed by gradual erosion and other soluble rocks, the sinkhole appears suddenly, swallowing everything above it in an instant, leaving nothing but the landscape beside it. This deep swirling pool with crystal clear water hides the unknown depths beneath it. Whether peaceful or ominous, this water sinkhole serves as a reminder of the hidden power beneath Earth's surface. Beautiful. Wow. The Herald of Dawn, Aurora Borealis, modeled by Violet Daubner. Ethereal ribbons of light and prismatic color flowing through the northern sky where there used to be a void with stars. Shades of green, blue, purple, and pink blazing their way through the heavens, shining and morphing along the way. Some legends tell these bright being the gods merrily dancing through the stars. Others say they were an omen of death, war, and plague, or spirits of slaughtered warriors. This unreadable but beautiful entity brings about a feeling of uncertainty, rooted in fear of the unknown. It appears to ripple through the sky, bringing a majesty to the skies above. Imagine yourself as one of those ancient people, completely and utterly baffled by this spectacle. How would you react? Flightless, Stockholm Syndrome, modeled by Emily Lietzen. A songbird was forcefully shoved into her cage, her wings clamoring against the cold, unyielding bars. At first, she fought, screaming in terror and desperation to escape the cruel hands. But over time, the captor's presence became constant, harsh, punishing, yet familiar. Our songbird learned to fear the silence of absence more than the pain of her heavy chains. She began to associate the brutal touch with survival, her head and heart twisted in confusion. No longer does our songbird fight. She now longs only for the hand that keeps her caged. Oh, that's so sad. Poor songbird. A World Through Different Eyes, Colorblindness, modeled by Ali Lee. Colorblindness is a condition that affects 300 million people worldwide. It is primarily caused by faulty photopigments which are inherited from parents. These faulty photopigments affect color detection in the retina. The most common color blindness is red-green, or deuteranopia. A less common type of color blindness is tritanopia, or blue-yellow color blindness. The long skirt of the dress shows all the colors in the rainbow in stained glass effect, resembling what the colors look like to those who are not affected by color blindness. But underneath the long skirt, all the colors are changed to portray what someone with tritanopia would see when looking at the assortment of colors. So beautiful! The Weeping Wave, Floods, modeled by Blair Ackerman. Multiple types of floods can occur naturally, such as coastal floods from increased tides or flash floods from rainfall. One type is not as common, however, and has yet to be studied, the weeping wave. You'll need a life jacket wherever it travels in order to stay above water. The weeping wave is a melancholic entity that cries to the point of creating a rising river wherever it walks, leaving a flow of debris in its wake. Despite how sheepish this fabled creature is, Its main purpose is to highlight the pollution caused by humans. Eureka? Cryptomnesia, modeled by Acacia Cheers. We have crafted a brand new, never seen before experience for this show. Get ready to experience Cryptomnesia! Wait a moment. These are all ideas that have been previously seen. And working on this sculpture, we were given the idea to utilize our classmates' concepts with our own twist. In the true spirit of Cryptomnesia, we have different ideas, and we take them as our own, but not exactly. We reimagined how their concepts would be portrayed and used this in our own project in order to portray the phenomena of unintentionally taking people's ideas. Cryptomnesia, everyone! Through the morning fog. Fog, modeled by Autumn Schreiner. Tiny water droplets glisten like delicate crystals, swirling together to form ethereal, billowing tendrils of fog. It flows and undulates, drifting in graceful, unpredictable patterns, as though the mist itself moves with purpose. The fog thickens, weaving around the world in soft, cloud-like folds, embracing everything in a hushed, timeless matter. Through the shifting haze, light gently filters in, casting a soft, diffused glow that dances across the mist with an almost otherworldly elegance. That was so beautiful. Spirit of the Twisted Pine, the Crooked Forest, modeled by Aaron Burnham. The spirit of the crooked forest has been lost to time. The will of men abandoned, evidence of their desire remains. Their attempts to control nature stifled by the motivations of others. Although the bindings that created these curves have fallen away, their impact will still exist until nature takes the forest back. The forest, you guys. Oh my god, it's possessed. Crazy. All right, Geyser of Grace. Geysers. Modeled by Shay Bunky. The color of silica and steam pooled at her feet. A dress whispered of hidden thermal springs. Each pleat and fold seems to catch light, fracturing it into thousands of tiny prisms, hinting at the pressure building beneath. Then, with a sudden, breathtaking unfurling, a cascade of cloudy white mimics the geyser's explosive release. A momentary, ethereal eruption of captured energy, before settling once more into the quiet anticipation of the mystical well. Whoa, one more spin, yes! So good, geysers! Rosetta meets Silver Mist, Transpiration. Modeled by Marissa Knott. Transpiration is the process of water traveling upward through a plant and evaporating into the atmosphere through the pores on petals and leaves. Our design replicates this process with the upward movement of water droplets through and over the surface of the dress. The names Rosetta and Silver Mist refer to the floral and water fairies in the Tinkerbell movie series. Our design, their powers collide to make the phenomena of transpiration. Wow. This one is so ethereal and beautiful. I love Tinkerbell so much. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Humanity's prime numbers, modeled by Grant Armstrong. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, 97, 101, 103, 107, 109, 113, 127, 131, 137, 139, 149, 151, it just keeps going. 157, 163, 167, 173, 179, 181, 191, 193, 197. My God, that's a lot of prime numbers. It really does just keep going. Cleaved by greed. Deforestation. Modeled by Grace Hulbert. Deforestation isn't just about trees, it's about our future. With every fallen tree, we lose more than wood. We lose life. As the Lorax said, I speak for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But who will speak for them now? Oh, just all the money and greed. Yeah. And deforestation. Amazing, amazing. Once it's gone, it's gone. Mind over matter, telekinesis. Modeled by Isaac Chalk. From the mystic arts manifested the idea, mind over matter, literally. An idea that has been romanticized since the conception of man. The power to manipulate the world around us through sheer will. The ultimate power. No strings attached. Crazy. Look at that brain. Ooh. Manipulating me. It's terrifying. Ooh. So awesome. Traveling color. Colorify. Modeled by Oliver Polkowski. As color moves in different directions, we as humans are able to feel different emotions. Color can be representative of our mood and who we are as people. By adding movement, the emotion is amplified. Every human can experience raw emotion that mirrors these colors in many ways, despite not being able to see them. Awesome. Look at his legs, you guys. Red and blue legs. Super cool. Yeah. Bride-to-be, Mutualism, Symbiosis, modeled by Caitlin Klassen. Bees fly from flower to flower, grabbing nectar while spreading pollen without meaning to. The flowers rely on this to reproduce, while the bees get food in the process, creating the perfect example of what mutualism both benefit from the relationship. The marriage, if you will. Oh, they just got married. Oh. Congratulations. Till death do us part. The glorious clouds of morning, morning glory clouds, modeled by Althea Barrows. Morning glory clouds are formed from the collision of sea breezes ascending and descending from the surface of the ocean and were discovered by the Royal Australian Air Force pilots in 1942. Named for their resemblance to the stem of a morning glory flower, these tunnel-shaped clouds can stretch for hundreds of miles. Our design brings these glorious rolling clouds from the heavens down to earth. The clouds wash over the design like waves, like how they do over the sea from the land and sky. Wow! That tunnel skirt is really crazy. Oh, that's awesome. And the boots. Amazing. Rising bubbles. Methane bubbles in Lake Baikal. Modeled by Elise Savard. Not only does this dress look like a bubbly wonderland, it shows the deep depths of Lake Baikal and its methane bubble phenomenon. In the winter, these bubbles form through a process called methanogenesis, which allows the bubbles to form and rise in the water and freeze, becoming entrapped in the icy lake. With the vast amount of methane in the lake, this dress is a representation of the many bubbles that rise within it. Oh my God. Wow. "50 Shades of Pink, Pink Lake Hillier," modeled by Bailey Glandon. Wow. Amongst the great abyss of this Australian lake, we stumble upon the chemical reaction of salt and algae to create the famous Pink Lake Hillier. Once you pass the sandy beach, you find the flow of the ripples, which lead the eye to the shape of the lake. As your eyes start from the top, the progression of depth is recreated in this ombre look. Oh wow. The pink phenomenon inspired us to create a dress with waves just as massive as the lake itself. Well, that's true, that is a huge dress. Whoa, it just keeps going. All right, Les Monarques de Quavert. Oxidation, modeled by Signe Johnson. You know that ring your fiance gave you that's turning your finger green? Boom, that's oxidation. I actually got one of those on right now. Oxidation, developed by the French chemist Antoine Lavoisier, is the exposure of oxygen that causes metal to tarnish and fruit to rot. We choose to focus on the tarnishing of metals, specifically copper, turning green with our piece. Now, of course, this was inspired by our queen, the Statue of Liberty herself. I actually do have a ring that's turning my finger green. This is amazing. Wow, this is so beautiful though. Look at that skirt. Crazy. Gorgeous. Dangerous by design. Polygenic traits, modeled by Danny Rosario. Deep in the rainforests of South America, deadly animals lurk, waiting for a moment to strike. Some hide in the darkness, while others in plain sight. With a little help from polygenic evolution, the genealogy of these creatures has morphed them into survival experts that follow one rule: survival of the fittest. Watch out, a boa constrictor appears from the underbush. But as the snake lunges forward, he holds his tongue as he observes the frog's vivid pink facade. Fearing an early demise, he slithers away. The frog stands courageous, knowing it will live another day. Look at that snake, awesome! Queen of Light, light pillars, modeled by Savannah Western Reed. By royal decree, look at the Queen of Light. These pillars of light are painted in the sky by the dance of ice and light, illuminating our sky for all to see. Every pillar shows the silent beauty of the sky. May she protect the sky for us to enjoy. Let their beauty and glow show you to the sky. Oh my God, I almost got blinded by that. Awesome. The Great Celestial Pyramid. Construction of the Great Pyramids. Modeled by Kelly Dockery. As a testament to the advanced knowledge of the ancient Egyptians, the Great Pyramids were built. With the precision of almost a flawless compass of astronomical perfection, the pyramidal tomb guides the souls of the pharaohs back to the arms of their gods. These stairs were built using rollers and sleds to move stones on each platform. The spiral around the pyramid represents the ramps used for rollers that they built the staircase to the celestial heavens, finishing the outer white limestone casting on the monument that shined like the sun. This one is crazy. Open it up again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing. Look at that celestial map. Whoa. Awesome. The Final Death, Extinction. Modeled by Adrian Stesniak. Emerging from the shadows, a dark and mysterious figure, crowned with the colossal Irish elk skull, antlers casting jagged shadows as they unfurl the vast wings of the Haast eagle. This is a silent homage to the domination over the past, a slow and deliberate motion, causing otherworldly sound to emit from their Mayan bone staff. Rattling with remains of civilizations long turned to dust, each step holds the weight of the trophies from extinct species they alone have caused to fail. Whoa. This is a funeral march for history itself. He's so strong, you guys. This is crazy. Whoa. Monotype Mindscape. Hypnosis. Modeled by Jack Lenz. Feeling sleepy? Hypnosis will soon have you in a trance. Let your mind dull as your eyes weave between rhythmic patterns and spirals. Put your mind at ease as you focus on the swaying pendulum. Don't move too hastily now, because your brain is an open book. You'll be chained to another's will, victim to their command. It's as simple as the snap of the fingers. I can feel it starting to hit. Oh my God. The faces of those we know. The Fregoli Delusion. Modeled by Jude Sell. We all cherish the faces of our family and friends, and we can easily recognize their smiling masks and their distinct features. But what if something was off? Their eyes, they're too wide, and you could have sworn their mouth was bigger. As your mind begins to swirl, you realize This is not my friend. Who is the stranger that's hiding beneath their face? Suddenly, you understand. It's him, it must be. I should have known he'd come for me, dressed in this clever disguise. You hesitantly creep away in an unsure trance, never looking away from that shifting face. This is the Fregoli delusion. My God. Die Mutter Erd. Modeled by Cece Rickle. Mycorrhiza is the symbiotic relationship between fungi and plant roots. Millions of years ago, Mother Earth created this relationship to help her plants thrive and grow, creating a beautiful planet for us to live on. This works like blood vessels in the human body, transporting life, giving nutrients and water to the roots of the plants. Wow. One last look. Granite the Great, Stonehenge, modeled by Hayden Art. Deep beneath Stonehenge laid a being in waiting, the conduit, like towers sucking in the sun's energy. When finally fully charged, the ruins on the stones activate, like a puzzle being put together to create a form of golem. The grass itself rips away, becoming garments, and a local man's hat is grasped by the wind, floating atop the being as it rises. Now fully formed, the magician grabs its long-forgotten staff sealed away in the base of the largest tower. The grassy wizard's beard flowing in the wind, and Kate bellowing slowly, makes his way to the lush forest to fulfill his debts to the other evergreens. Some legends say if you see a lantern glow at night, just like a will-o-wisp, it's best to avoid him. Very mysterious. The Yonaguni Monument, modeled by Luke Hagmeister. There is so much about the world we still know nothing about, and with that comes the debate over whether certain things are natural or man-made. A monument off the coast of Japan has attracted the gaze of scientists for as long as we have known about it, and has garnered a discussion over its origins. An ancient lost civilization more advanced than we could ever dream of, or an endpoint of erosion of rock under the pressure of the vast blue sea? A product of natural systems and beauty, or perhaps a deliberate creation of man? We may never know the origins of this niche and unexplored monument of the waves. Blood test, coagulation. Modeled by Sunny Bell Myers. Tired of your blood clotting inside your body? Feeling like your mortal vessel is rotting and breaking itself down from the inside out? At your lost straw and need some treatment cheap? Or else fear the consequences? Dr. Sanguis is the man to go to if you don't care about licenses and really need to treat those nasty coagulations, especially if they're happening in your body. They will be more than happy to do as many blood tests as needed to figure out where those nasty blood clots are. They'd even be willing to do more blood tests than needed. Contact them at 1-800-COAGULATE now for a free surgery of your choice. That's 1-800-COAGULATE. Cosmic Chaos, Comets, modeled by Ali Bruckhorst. A comet is one of the rarest phenomena in the night sky. So rare, in fact, that most people will never witness one in their lifetime. With their brilliant light and stunning beauty, they captivate all fortunate enough to see them. But there is a darker side to them. lurking under the dark and mysterious cloak of the night sky is something even more dark and disturbing. They are known as the harbingers of doom and the menaces of the universe. These celestial visitors embody disruption in the divine order of the world, and they bring with them war, plague, revolution, catastrophe, and death, unleashing their chaos on the earth. That doesn't sound good. Course of energy, metabolism, modeled by Will Coleman. The human body has many chemical functions that happen with it, constantly building and breaking down every day. Not just humans, but almost in every living organism. The food and drink we consume turns into energy, and the energy courses through the body. Energy builds up in the body and is stored. The energy that is built up breaks down and the stored energy to help the body function. It is essential for a living organism to have a metabolism. Without it, no living thing would be able to live. Yes. Give it up for metabolism. We need that, apparently. Saprophyte, death. Modeled by Kieran Harris. If you were to die in a forest, what would become of your body? Left alone in the elements? The earth takes over. No hot fire to condense your legacy into an urn, and nobody to dress you one last time before you're lowered into the ground in a wooden tomb. Rather, you would simply return to the earth, fertilize the soil beneath you, as the body you once inhibited rots to nothing. It now serves to sustain life that is no longer yours in an infinite cycle. Life breathes death, breathes life. Memento mori. What once was climate change. Modeled by Carly Johnson. The Earth's landscape is scarred from the ramifications of climate change. In our full-body piece, What Once Was, we explore the expiry of the polar ice caps. Ice in our work is synonymous with elegance and natural beauty. The melting of the rigid glacier structure, while bedazzled with crystals and beads, showcases the decay of the landscape. The movement created by the chains creates a flow so enticing, you forget she'll soon melt away into nothing. The beautiful crystals. That's so sad. Cloudcraft, lenticular clouds, modeled by Allison Speck. Lenticular clouds, though often appearing serene and calm in pictures, evoke a sense of both horror and excitement when encountered in real life. While clouds in the sky come in various shapes and sizes, those over mountaintops form distinct ring-like formations, often mistaken for UFOs. Reactions range from exhilaration to confusion and fear, with many seeking a scientific exploration for what can seem like an extraterrestrial activity. Orbit, crop circles. Modeled by Lindsay Connect. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's a UFO! In the dead of night, a new crop circle emerges within the rolling fields of barley. This one, although man-made, does not dispute the idea that aliens aren't responsible for the other circles. The debate about extraterrestrial involvement in crop patterns has caused turmoil among farmers and theorists everywhere. Despite the conflict, this phenomenon surfaces various fables on both sides of the argument. No one knows for certain what causes these precise shapes, but one theory surpasses the rest. Maybe the crop circles are the friends we made along the way. I think it was aliens. The power mantis, camouflage. Modeled by Sam Kickler. Camouflage is the natural phenomenon where plants or animals change their color, shape, or patterns in order to blend with the environment. Camouflaging is beneficial in nature because it helps conceal a figure from danger. It can also be used as an advantage to catch prey. This creation focuses on the spiny flower mantis that can naturally camouflage using its colorful and spiky body to bend with the flowers. They also use their wings to take on the appearance of eyes in order to scare off any predators. A mantis will also have cannibalistic tendencies and eat a male mantis when they're done mating. The mantis is truly a creature you want to look out for if you were a bug. Breath of Life, Embrace of Death, Life Cycles, modeled by Ella Hubner. The phenomena of life and death is a continuous, ever-changing flow that connects all living things. Life begins with birth, flourishing through growth, then inevitably meets the embrace of death. Yet death is not the end, as it is a transformation and opening for new life. Death nourishes new beginnings and reminds us that every ending carries the seed to a new beginning. Beautiful. Rings of Sleet, The Bemba Effect, modeled by Chloe Onsgaard. Have you ever heard that hot water can freeze faster than cold water? Sounds crazy, right? Well, this effect was named after Erasto Mbemba, who discovered it while making ice cream. This effect is caused by several factors: evaporation, convection currents, supercooling, and hydrogen bonding. This phenomenon challenges our understanding of thermodynamics and reminds us that science is full of surprises. Next time you want to make ice, you might want to try using hot water. That's crazy. Magnus, the meteorite monster. Meteor showers. Modeled by Jack Kirshner. As Earth travels through space, debris from nearby comets and asteroids burn brightly as they fall into Earth's atmosphere. Some of this debris survives the friction from the atmosphere, leaving behind a chunk of various elements. After a great meteor shower rained upon the Earth, one meteorite struck the town of Menominee. Upon impact, this iron meteorite beast emerged from the rubble, presenting an anomaly like no other. Behold, Magnus, the meteorite monster of Menominee. Magnus. Imperatix Universum, Black Holes, modeled by Cadence Lore. The galaxy is a beautiful construct, but rampaging through it are black holes, terrible eater of stars, worlds, and even light itself. Surrounded by the corpse of stars, a stark warning of the consequences of crossing these horrible tyrants. Yet they possess beauty unparalleled. But don't get too close. You shall never escape its cold grasp. For these attributes, the black hole needs only one title: Imperatrix Universum, the Empress of the Universe. Vortex of Vice, Tornado Torsos, and Whirlwind Waistlines, modeled by Mia Miller. The Vortex of Ice is sister to the Dust and Fire Devil, which are funnel clouds that appear like their names. It's known for the name because of its origin with the Blue Devil's Stout and its violent winds. This tornado has a rating of EF5 and takes out everything in its path. It gives a purple hue from the atmospheric dust and vapor particles that are scattered during the storm. During this storm on stage, you will see many artifacts that the Vortex of Vice picked up along its path in Menominee and is scattering around. Cold as Death, Blizzard, modeled by Elijah Steiber. During the deadliest season of the year, a time of famine, decay, and death, Mother Nature sicks her greatest killer onto the trembling, frostbitten inhabitants of the earth. A storm of tumultuous winds with ice that slides through the air like a blade. This blizzard serves as death sentence for man and animal alike, who have already been beaten down by winter's relentless cold. Civilizations across history have told stories of creatures and gods that bring such a relentless, bitter cold. And despite all their unique interpretations, they are all united under one commonality: death. Nature's executioner incarnate takes the form of an unstoppable force of wind and ice, a blizzard. Total Synthesis, modeled by Claire Jost. Everything we know and everything we are is the result of conjoining two things to become one. Everything in this universe is connected. One to another, we are all joined by cells. Everyone you meet and everything you've done is connected in some way. We are all made up of many different aspects that make us whole, make us human. Synthesis is the dialectic combination of thesis and antithesis into a higher stage of truth. Synthesis is everything that connects to make a coherent whole. Synthesis is everything. Synthesis is you. Fragments of Memory, MK Ultra, modeled by Kaylin Outson. Project MK Ultra was a covert CIA program during the Cold War that involved unethical and illegal experiments on human subjects. Driven by fears of Soviet advancements in the mind control, the CIA sought to explore various substances and techniques for manipulation and interrogation. This involved the administration of LSD and psychoactive drugs, often without the subject's knowledge of consent, resulting in severe psychological trauma and lasting harm. Experiments also encompassed hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and psychological torture. Dance of Waves, Maelstrom, modeled by Madison Wegand. Maelstrom, located in northern Norway, is one of the world's strongest whirlpools, dancing between the Vesterfjorden and the Norwegian Sea. Its power is shaped by the underwater topography and shallow ridges of surrounding islands, creating intense currents during tidal shifts. This phenomenon holds cultural significance for local fishermen who respect its dangers. The area also boasts rich marine biodiversity, making it a popular destination for adventurers eager to witness the captivating spectacle of nature. Imbalanced Surge of Energy, Static Electricity, modeled by Alison Bice. Static electricity occurs when the object obtains a net amount of positive and negative electric charge, creating an imbalance that wants to be returned to equilibrium. The red and blue incorporated in the design shows the distinction between positive and negative charge. The static process happens when electrons are transferred from one to another. The charge remains until it can be moved away by an electric current or electrical discharge. The imbalance is featured in the rings by the model's side that leads down into the skirt. Look at those rings! Did you hear that? Taos Hum, modeled by Rowan Manikowski. A sound heard in the early waking hours, a low resonance echoing over the cool morning chill. The hum is an invasive sound that you hear in the background, rumbling, droning, and anxiety-inducing. First recorded in Taos, Mexico in 1973, the hum was seen as a bad omen to the few who heard it. Now, it's heard across the world and continues to, even today, to persist and invade the minds of those unlucky enough to hear its sound. Were you guys hearing it? It's rumbling. Frozen Distortion, Cryocampuses, modeled by Grace Johnson. Going against any prior knowledge, shrubs and branches become more bendable in freezing temperatures in a phenomenon called cryocampuses, a relatively new biophysical freeze-bending phenomenon observed only under 3 years ago. Using the versatility of wire, we imitate the transformation of branches. Those branches bend downward at freezing temperatures all by themselves, despite the preconceived notion that such cold things are believed to be frozen and brittle. So sparkly. Never Seen Before, Deja Vu, modeled by Nevaeh Bassett. This piece is a representation of deja vu. This is the feeling of the current situation has already occurred. The repetitive patterns help the viewer to understand the purpose of the sculpture. The dress itself is an hourglass style that represents the passing of time. The duller colors symbolize the feeling that has happened to you before, and that your brain has faded or a duller memory of it. And the brighter colors represent what you are currently experiencing. I'm getting deja vu just watching this. Like, did we do this before? Cascading Cataclysm, Landslide, modeled by Anne Gardner. A house sits upon a hill, its foundation trembling under the earth's quiet fury. The wind howls through the trees, causing them to bend and sway as the ground shifts. Suddenly, the earth gives way with a violent crack, and a mixture of debris tumbles downward from the hill. Rocks and clumps of dirt fall, their jagged edges and heavy weight leaving a path of ruin in their wake. The familiar landscape is now unrecognizable, buried beneath the layers of destruction. Beneath the Sand, Nazca Lines, modeled by Cesar Moreno. Historians have spent decades trying to figure out the meaning of the mysterious drawings across the Nazca Desert, but their stories have been forgotten, along with the tribes that made them. Today, something beneath the sand has awakened. The mysterious pictures have risen from the mountains and revealed themselves as the remnants of Khan, the god of rain and wind, creator of humans. He is mad, for all of his creations have forgotten their debt to him, dried his lands, and turned to shallow deities such as money, oil, and weapons. This time, he will remind them that no matter how far they advance, they can never erase what lies beneath the sand. Wow. A Peruvian treasure, truly, and terrifying. What a monster. Beauty in Death, Supernova, modeled by Tim Stream. In the deep vastness of space, stars of all shapes and sizes brighten up the dark cosmos. A dying star shimmers one last burst of light, signifying the end of its long life. A supernova engulfs the cosmos in a final ray of beauty, filling the darkness with colors shifting from purple to red, from red to yellow, signifying the end of its long life. While this may mark the end of something great, it also marks the start of something beautiful. The universe reminds us that every end is a new start, and that even in death, there is beauty. Ooh, here it comes. Aquam vivum, bioluminescent plankton. Modeled by James Dulski IV. Bioluminescent plankton are microscopic organisms that have the remarkable ability to produce light through chemical reactions within their bodies. This natural phenomenon is known as bioluminescence, occurs when certain proteins, enzymes, and other molecules interact to create a glow. These plankton are typically found in ocean waters and are most often seen in the dark, glowing brightly when disturbed by movement in the water. Wow. Look at him glow. So awesome. The Many Faces, masking, modeled by Catherine. In our own ways, we all feel as if we need to put out an edited version of our true selves, whether that be putting on a constant smile or a frightening, angry disposition. Masking comes in many forms, but the one everyone can resonate with the most is behavioral masking, a way of presenting yourself as something you're not. So focus on tailoring our reactions to those around us just to fit in. Our true selves can sometimes feel like the monster we need to hide. That is terrifying, oh my God. Escaping the Cocoon, Metamorphosis, modeled by Casper Strunk. We are all on our most important journey, the journey known as life. There's no doubt you've changed over time since you were ever so small. The change we endure throughout our life is incredible, but sometimes there are creatures who go a step beyond. Creatures who build themselves back up from the remnants of who they once were and become something brand new. Because in this world, a world where you can be anything, why not be fabulous? Even if it takes time, don't be afraid to break free from your cocoon. Oh my God, gorgeous. Lake Kawa Legion, the Lake Kawa Legion, modeled by Ashley Flanagan. Kawa Ijen Lake is in the heart of the East Java in Indonesia. Lake Kawa Legion is a stunning lake with vivid aqua and cool colors. But don't be fooled by its beauty. The lake is very dangerous with an underground volcano and the world's largest acidic lake, famously known for its nighttime blue fires. Between the times of 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the flammable sulfurous gases from the volcano ignite as they enter the atmosphere, creating a stunning blue flame. Gorgeous. Consta Libra, star formations, modeled by Zinnia. In the vast cosmos, the stars form great beauty in the night sky, often looked up at with awe. These stars not only paint the night sky, but are made up in various patterns like the Libra zodiac, which stands as a beacon of balance and harmony, embodying the equilibrium of the scales that guide justice and truth. Scientifically, stars form in molecular clouds over millions of years. It occurs in interstellar gases and dust collapse under their own gravity. Whoa. Give it up for Consta Libra. Capricious Lumen, color appearance, modeled by Cullen Kiefer. Capricious Lumen is the embodiment of refined yet elusive properties of the color appearance phenomena, constantly changing, shocking to the eyes. When the environment around undergoes dramatic shifts in lighting, shading, or surrounding hues, our minds try to comprehend the alterations by taking shortcuts. Lumen exploits this tendency, using its manipulative powers to disperse and disintegrate the mind. Behold, should you possess the courage as the ominous presence shifts the reality right before your gaze. Protector of the sacred reefs, biodiversity loss. Modeled by Jaden Kimbrough. The destructive phenomena known as biodiversity loss is complete disappearance of a type of life on Earth. We represented biodiversity loss through coral bleaching. Our protector is a warrior named Corvallis, protecting the coral and reef from carbon dioxide emissions. The warrior is made from beautiful living coral, but is becoming bleached and losing its strength. While coral itself is not completely lost, 85% of all coral is bleached, and we will lose its beauty and benefits if CO2 emissions are not halted or limited. No, it's so colorful. Wow. All right, Blazing Bloom, Wildflower. Modeled by Reese Rideout. Transformations in the human eye are perceived as these beautiful acts of change that improve a being or its surroundings. But in reality, it cares little for aesthetics. A forest full of greenery in the dry summer gives birth to a ravaging wildfire, burning everything from its point of creation. Reds, oranges, and yellows behold this destruction, and what eventually is left is the grays and blacks of smoke and ash. That's so terrifying. Oh my God. Molecular effusion, polymerization, modeled by Kennedy Holdmeyer. Molecules, despite their size, make up our entire world. Polymerization is a chemical phenomenon that combines these molecules together to form a chain-like structure called a polymer. Even with its microscopic nature, the development of a polymer can have potentially disastrous results, as polymerization releases large amounts of energy and can create dangerous results like powerful explosions or fires. With the creation of a polymer, there is always the opportunity of destruction right behind it. The Temple of Amun, modeled by Shannon Burlum. Thonis Heraklion was once an ancient Egyptian port city where locals would trade and practice their religion. The temple there was built for Amun, the god that the locals prayed to and was known as the Hidden One. This nickname would come to fruition when the port sank underwater due to natural disasters, becoming submerged and hidden. Centuries later, the city and its treasures have been rediscovered no later than 2000. Whoa. That is a deity if I've ever seen one. One last look. Yes. Gorgeous. Birth of Venus. Birth. She's being born. She's being born. She emerges. Modeled by Utica. Gorgeous. From Roman mythology, the birth of Venus depicts the goddess of love and beauty emerging from a shell like a pearl. symbolizing the divine act of creation and the birth of life itself. Her arrival from the depths of the ocean represents both physical and spiritual rebirth, as she embodies purity, transformation, and divine power. Are you guys seeing those pearls? Wow. She's just like the Botticelli. Amazing. Yes, one last look at the birth of Venus. Angelic intruder, ethereal echoes, drapes from heaven. Modeled by Guillermo McElrath. As the words of ethereal echoes boom across the sky, they spark a sense of eldritch horror and mythical wonders. Descending from the heavens falls a warrior whom you may or may not put your trust in. Its arrival foreshadows an incoming era that encapsulates both hopeful lightness and unknown darkness. Seemingly delicate, yet emitting harsh beams of light. Not all is as bad as it seems. Only time will tell if this creature, older than time, will be on your side. One last look at this mysterious creature, yes. Burden to the worlds. Pollution, air, water, land, light, or sound. Modeled by Eli Key. Plastic bags, straws, cigarettes, and rubber. These are just a few of the many items cluttering America's landfills. Pollution continues to grow because of careless waste from previous generations. These items harm wildlife, kill ecosystems, and increase global warming. What you see here is a glimpse of just what the planet could look like, flourishing and alive. But pollution comes in many shapes and forms, but they all have one unified goal: to rot the planet. Solar bloom, photosynthesis, modeled by Jana Hain. Plants have used this method as a way to keep life on Earth alive for many years. With the sun shining down on plant life, they convert the sunlight energy into chemical energy. Then, by taking H2O from the soil and CO2 from the air, they produce the oxygen we need to breathe and the food we need to eat. So think about that the next time you walk on a plant, because that's what's keeping many things on Earth alive, including you. Igniting the wild within, growth, modeled by Dynasty Mackey. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful, majestic flower floating through the wind that got dropped in an enchanted forest. As it was blown through the forest, it began its journey as a tiny seed buried in the soil, facing the darkness and uncertainty of its surroundings. With time, sunlight, and water, it broke through the surface, unfurling its petals and showcasing its vibrant colors, symbolizing that even in challenging conditions, beauty and strength can emerge. Oh, gorgeous! Chiaroscuro syzygy, the lunar eclipse, modeled by Georgiana Osterbauer. For billions of years, the Earth has been orbiting the sun, and the moon orbiting the Earth. The moon controls the tides, and the sun influences the light, and together, they guide time. By chance, two celestial paths align. The moon moves slowly in front of the sun, obscuring its light from the Earth. The light streams around her silhouette, and people watch in awe. Her beauty is blinding. That's right. Beautiful. The creature, gene mutation, modeled by Geo Christensen. Science has been trying to uncover the secrets within our genes. Mutations might be key. By chance, our DNA changes. Our research lab has found this creature that has experienced an amazing phenomenon. we've been studying how many mutations one creature could possibly possess. However, recently it seems the monster has broken out of our lab. This is a public announcement to take caution until we are able to contain the creature. Oh, the creature! Glacier veins, blood falls, modeled by Calvin Neff. Blood falls is a remarkable natural phenomenon in Antarctica, where water flows from Taylor Glacier, appearing bright red. This striking color comes from iron oxide, or rust, that seeps out from the glacier. The water is an ancient and trapped beneath the ice, rich in minerals. When exposed to air, the iron oxidizes, creating a vivid hue. This unique sight not only captivates visitors, but also reveals life in extreme conditions, as microorganisms thrive in salty, iron-rich water, providing insights into survival in harsh environments. Look at that red, wow. Eye of the Storm, tornadoes. Modeled by Rhea Pizzo. From stillness to chaos, she emerges, a force of nature from pressure and motion. Her form spirals with raw energy, echoing silence before the storm and the power that follows. It's wind caught in motion, destruction turned into design. She doesn't wear the storm, she becomes it. Yes. One more tornado spin. Embracing the culture, pheromones and the defense substances, modeled by Nia Gammons. Sometimes the best defense is to show off our true colors, and that's exactly what our model is doing. From the armadillo and betta fish inspired headpiece, all the way down to the flared betta fish pants. The earrings also draw inspiration from the fish, seemingly tying the pheromone theme. The beautifully sculpted headpiece unifies the entire ensemble. Additionally, we incorporated a chest plate as tribute to Black culture, adding depth and meaning to the design. Gorgeous. Can you hear the colors? Synesthesia, modeled by Dana Weber. I see, I smell, I touch, I hear. A sweet, perfect melody lingers on my lips. A gentle, continuous rumble beats on my green soles. The circles surrounding my arms are sweet, like sugary donuts. The sharp angles of the squares taste bitter and sour like dandelion greens. The music that surrounds me feels prickly on my skin. I see, I smell, I touch, I hear. I am synesthesia, a neurological phenomenon where stimulation of one sense triggers experiences in another, unrelated sense. I am a unique sensory experience that no one can control, but rather continuous, meaning that the same stimulus will always evoke the same synesthetic experience. I see, I smell, I touch, I hear. Madam Hugh, color psychology, modeled by Elise Fernholz. A glimpse of the world around us shows a multitude of color, and each hue effectively changes how we feel, think, and act. Tonight, Madam Hugh takes the stage to help guide you through each color adorned in different flowers. Pink for sweetness or deception, red for passion and hate, yellow for joy or madness, blue for tranquility and sadness, and purple for luxury or detachment. These are just a few examples of what the color spectrum provides. The lights of the future, Hessdalen lights, modeled by Phoenix Jensen. In Hessdalen Valley, a rural area in Norway, a strange phenomenon of luminous lights appear in the night sky. These oddly fascinating lights remain a mystery to the world, having everyone question how and why they are created. A local legend says that these lights are from aliens that look over the valley, shining their lights across the sky. Are these weirdly fascinating lights actually aliens? Or could it be so much more than that? Someday, somehow, these mysterious glowing orbs will finally tell us their truth. But only the future knows. Definitely aliens. Striving to thrive, phototropism, modeled by Megan Witt. All around us is a never-ending battle for sustenance, for light. Pure strength alone won't guarantee victory in this fight. One must be ruthless, cunning, and willing to grow. Every day, plants are partaking in a high-stakes battle for the spotlight. But unlike this stage, losing will certainly mean death. Here we see a leader among plant life, elegant, with the strength of will and body necessary to thrive in a world where only the fittest survive. Her upward-oriented dress is proof that she has what it takes to reach the light, but she's not yet satisfied. Gorgeous. What have we done? Cloning, modeled by Maria Hardick. Warning, effects of the experiment may be disturbing. Day 1 is incubation, the mix of human and animal DNA. Day 5 to 10, growth. So far, the subject is a fetus. It seems to be growing at a rapid pace. But all looks perfectly well, and it appears that the subject has grown into a baby. So far, we can't see anything besides the human DNA. Day 15 to 20, improvement. Subject has grown into a toddler. We are seeing growth on the shoulder blades. We assume we are starting to see a bird's DNA emerge. Subject's shoulder blade growth is emerging into wings. Toes are elongating with an extra appendage at the heel. Day 30, failed. We are to be disposing of the experiment. Day 31, missing. Subject has escaped. Subject is in the building. We shouldn't have done this. What have we done? Oh no, it's coming to get me, you guys. It escaped. This approach to the theme of cloning is to show how unethical and inhumane it is, and how easily it can create something unnatural. I was kind of a little scared. Veil of Shadows, Dark Matter, modeled by Noah Snow. A knight, clad in ancient weathered armor, stands at the edge of a forgotten battlefield. Wrapped around his shoulders is a mysterious figure, a silent presence embodying the unseen force of dark matter. She clings to him like a secret, invisible, yet all-powerful, holding the universe together. The knight's armor shields him from the tangible dangers of the world, while she, the embodiment of dark matter, weaves through his form, connecting him to the unseen forces that hold the universe together. They bridge ancient history and the vast unknown, their bond a symbol of strength, mystery, and power that transcends time. So mysterious. Nature's Footprints, Eco Echoes, Earth's Whispering, modeled by Ella Johnson. What was once beautiful has now become a dumping ground for human selfishness. Where recycled materials meet the natural wonders of the environment, the beauty behind the orchid petals is a message of fragileness and upkeep which symbolizes the care our earth needs. The wonders of our natural world are being overtaken by plastic waste. The transformation of trash to beauty is a symbol that overconsumption and frivolity is dangerous and must be taken seriously before it's too late. See that black that was coming out of her mouth? That's, oh my God. Twisted Tempest, Hurricane. Modeled by Kamike McDonald. A storm does not rage, it moves, deliberately and untamed. Mother Earth does not simply summon the tempest, she sculpts it. Twisting air into blades and bends water, rain dances caught in a whirlwind of chaos, destruction, and undeniable beauty. Winds howl, waves rise, and the world trembles beneath the storm's embrace. And yet, at the heart of it all, serene and unshaken, eye of the storm. A stillness within the fury, and the ever-watching calm cradled by destruction. Our design's sheer size alone gives a warning to the storm's wrath, vast, unrelenting, and untamed. Above, the storm rages on. A cloud looms heavy with rain, its droplets dancing through the churning winds. Lightning tears across the sky, flashing with fury, illuminating the storm's unyielding power. Twisting Tides, Saltstraumen Maelstrom, modeled by Sydney Hintermeister. The twisting tides of Saltstraumen Maelstrom swirl in a dizzying display, crashing against the banks of Norway. The maelstrom houses a wild surge of shrieking currents, which swirl up to 25 miles per hour. Commanded by the Norse sea goddess Ran, who personifies the ocean's destructive power, the whirlpools of this powerful maelstrom are illuminated by one twisting above her head. Ran is also often depicted in ancient Norse art with waves encircling her waist, scales cascading down her legs, and water pooling at her feet. Whoa. That's crazy. Yeah, one last look at Twisting Tides. Nature's Resource, Forest of Knives, modeled by Celia Furman. A safe haven resided deep in the heart of Madagascar, shielded by sharp protruding rocks, protecting its creatures from within, from the clumsy hand of man. That is, until humanity managed to breach its defense and prepared for settlement. Years passed, and humanity took and took, sucking the land dry, leaving pollution in its wake. Their constant pursuit of destruction and repression of our mother planet forced the Earth to do something she never wanted to do. Fight back. Adorned with the human waste that littered her surface, a warrior is born. Sending her spirit into the heart of a Viking, she uses her last ounce of strength to eradicate mankind and restore peace once more. Now it's time to decide. Whose side are you on? Are you willing to join the fight? Or do you wish to learn the true meaning of the name Forest of Knives? They're out to get you. The Battle from Stream to Sea, Salmon Migration, modeled by Isabel Thonbaum. Born in the cool embrace of mountain streams, they feel an ancient pull deep within their bones, a call that guides them towards ocean's vast, untamed expanse. The salmon grow, mature, and gather nutrients from the salty waters before the battle, instinctively following the river of their birth. As they leap, their bodies scar, telling perilous stories of survival. This migration is not merely survival, but a sacred dance, an act to complete the circle of life. The waters carry their legacy, ensuring the river's song will echo through the ages. With their final breath, they gift the future. A timeless reminder of the journey that connects all things. Wow. What a performance. Mechanism of Mystery. Modeled by Tykenzie Johnson. Found in a Greek shipwreck off the coast of Antikythera is a relic that defies the understanding of ancient Greek technology. This intricate device, crafted with astonishing precision, was designed to track celestial movements and predict eclipses. The machine's complexity fuels its mysterious nature, far surpassing anything else from its time. The full purpose and origins of this mechanism remains shrouded in enigma, leaving it as one of history's greatest puzzles. Whoa. So perplexing. The Finger of Death, Brenicle, modeled by Jack O'Connell. Beneath the frozen surface of the Arctic Sea, the Finger of Death haunts starfish with deadly skill. His tendrils of frozen brine kill his victims with extreme cold and toxicity. This lone salty branicle has tacked his next target to the very stage. Aye, wah, wah, wah. Aye, wah, wah, wah. Aye, wah, 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 wah. That was pretty epic. That was my best Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But that was Clint Eastwood. They got him to model. I don't know how they found Clint Eastwood. Spire of Fire, St. Elmo's Fire, modeled by Will Charteau. No, we are not in a coming-of-age film with Rob Lowe and Emilio Estevez. St. Elmo's Fire stuns onlookers with shocking displays of brilliant blue and purple strikes. This phenomenon occurs when the atmosphere is electrically charged during a thunderstorm, resulting in a discharge in the form of plasma. Originating from pointed metal objects such as airplanes and ship masts, St. Elmo's Fire claws and climbs through the night sky. St. Elmo is a protector of the night who springs to life and brings a guiding light. His presence is a sign of good luck and a promise against a waiting storm. The Life and Death of Light, Combustion, modeled by Mars Stock. The combustion of self, a dragon mixed with griffin, causes its own demise. Just by being born with skin and feather, the griffin, made of fire, will inevitably kill the dragon, made of scale and leather. One made of fire, one born to make fire. Still, they seem perfect together. But alas, in the end, you can't fight fire with fire. Ooh. What a creature. Metro Madonna, monochrome rainbow, modeled by Victor Copping. In the midst of this inferno, do you dare approach? Do you yearn for what you fear? I am the breath that burns in your lungs, the red flame that lights your path. yet devours your soul if you stray. Do gods love their creations? Would you think to love me? Do you tremble? Do you quiver? Lay bare your heart for all to see. Where frozen tides meet searing flames, you need not abandon all hope. Through me, you pass into eternal pain or redemption. Message from beyond our world. The WOW signal, modeled by Bridget Bell. It's August of 1977. Late at night, a radio telescope monotonously records radio signals from deep space. An anomaly lies among the long strings of numbers and letters printed from the radio. A strangely powerful narrow-band signal is documented from deep within the Sagittarius constellation. When a local astronomer stumbled upon this abnormal pattern in the signal data sheets, he excitedly wrote, "Wow!" Little more is known about that single signal. Was this the work of extraterrestrials trying to contact us? Maybe they would like to come by and meet us, but they're afraid they'll blow our minds. Only the cosmos will know for sure. Ominous onlooker, the bystander effect, modeled by Annika Hull. It watches from the shadows, silent, detached, never interfering. It exists only to bear witness to chaos. The bystander effect is a psychological phenomenon in which individuals in a group become less likely to help someone in need. The larger the crowd, the greater the indifference. Social influence and the diffusion of responsibility make it easy to stand by and do nothing. Our model is the harbinger of this effect. When you see this figure, you know something is about to happen. And when it does, they will only watch and never, never help. The Willowim Wisp, Third Man Syndrome, modeled by Gray Ozark. The forest whispers, ancient willows sway gently. Amidst the still, a figure appears, ethereal, fluid, as if woven from the mist. Under the faint moonlight, she blurs and flickers, there, yet not. She floats, searching for the souls who have strayed from the living. Lost in their pain, she serves as their guide, a light amid the dark. If your life ahead should disappear, search for the third that walks always beside you. This is gorgeous. Look at all the intricacy, oh my God. Belle of the Ball, Ball Lightning, modeled by Brianna Tagle. Introducing the Belle of the Ball, Ball Lightning. She is a very rare phenomenon, but when she makes her grand appearance, she glows. No one knows exactly where she came from or even how she exists, but the beauty she has is mesmerizing. She floats so gracefully and walks as if she is levitating. All right, everybody give it up for the one and only Ball Lightning. One last pose. The Cursed Deep, the Bermuda Triangle, modeled by Lewis Hills. No one knows what happens in there. Some just say it's the waves. Others blame issues with the magnetic field. All scientific mumbo-jumbo. But I know the truth. Over 100 sea and air vessels don't just vanish without a trace. There's something cursed that rhymes those waters. I swear I've seen it. It's a poor mockery of a person disguising itself as a lost diver to lure in its victims. It drags them to the depths as punishment for their compassion, wearing parts of the vessel as a trophy. But its facade falters up close. Coral and seaweed grow across its wretched body. The tentacles burst from its broken air tank. Heed my warning. Stay away from that place if you value your life. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle. Svetlana Tunguskana. Modeled by Lauren Hendrickson. June 30th, 1908. The Siberian skies suddenly lit up. An explosion echoed over 600 miles. The resulting shockwave was so intense that it caused windows to be shattered and knocked people off their feet as far away as England. Over 1,200 miles of forest was flattened and hundreds of reindeer were killed. To this day, none of the forest that was affected has grown back. This event is called the Tunguska event. The cause of this event was a meteor or comet that exploded in the atmosphere. The Tunguska event remains to be a reminder of the immense and unpredictable power lurking in the universe. Mirrored malevolence, mimicry. Modeled by Lydia Holst and Sean Kruger. Appearances can be deceiving. These creatures have collected the appearances of hundreds, and they're still hunting. Find your face in one of the many reflections, but don't let your eyes linger for too long, for your likeness is forfeit. These creatures display the imperfections of their masked facade, as they must decide the perfect, their collection of faces, or their outward appearance. While one emphasizes a beautiful natural forest, the other desires as many faces that can collect. They work as a pair to draw in unsuspecting prey before feasting. Oh my God. Urbana Blossom, Urban Sprawl, modeled by Angelina Yang. A whisper of wheat, the hum of a city waking up. She stands between two worlds. One, open fields and pastures, and another of endless pavement towards a march of progress. In the 1950s, a time when highways carved through the land and homes sprouted in neat, endless rows. As the housewives of 1950s watched from their doorsteps, cities creeping closer, swallowing farmland, Urbana Blossom blooms, shifting from mundane rural life to the sprawl of the suburbs. A house sits upon her head, a monument to the American dream. Convection, transport phenomena, modeled by Drew Skoletsky. Convection refers to transference of heat through another material. In this case, the way heat travels through water. Heat travels from bottom to top, rising. It reaches the top, dissipates, and falls to return to the source. The energy warrior represents this cycle. See the shimmer and see how this cycle will forever be defended. Yeah, look at the movement. Wow. Yes. Shield Your Eyes, Solar Eclipse, modeled by Hannah Willis. Cultures throughout history have created their own myths to explain a solar eclipse. Some believed that the sun was being attacked and swallowed by large monsters or deities. Some believed that the gods blacked out the sun out of anger. But most of the myths are about the relationship between the sun and the moon. Whether romantic or familial, the sun and the moon are always getting up to mischief together. However scary a solar eclipse might have been in the past, we now see it as a beautiful and rare event. Gorgeous. The hair and the crown, oh my God. Nervosa, False Reality, Placebo Effect, modeled by Kira Ludwigson. Nervosa has been feeling a little under the weather. Her massive headaches won't subside. She's tried all the old remedies, but still, her madness creeping up behind, chasing her. Her doctor never listened closely to her ailments, prescribing her a sugary treat disguised as a pill. When the pill hit Nervosa's tongue, the sugar worked instantly, convincing her brain that sugar was the solution. However, the madness within her was convinced, and it continues to creep in the back of her mind, getting ready to swallow her whole. Oh my God. Oh my God. Volitional Metamorphosis, Cryptozoology, modeled by Ali Preston. He wanted to prove they were real, the creatures in the woods, UFOs, the unexplained. People called him crazy, but he begged to differ. He knew what he saw that day was real. How could something he saw with his own eyes be fake? Desperate, his journal became his outlet. Frightening depictions of otherworldly monsters filled the aging pages, a mirror into the wayward theories and horrors he swears to have seen. Time flowed on without him, and his desperate search continued, the body distorted to match the eldritch terrors residing in his psyche. Oh, he's still searching. A Look Through Time, Eye of the Sahara, modeled by Caitlin Whitrock. Deep beneath the Sahara Desert, magma bubbles underneath the earth, pushing up to form a massive dome. Over millions of years, ruthless desert winds slowly pick away at its surface, piece by piece. This erratic erosion reveals the intricate spiral beneath. Woo! Look deep into the Eye of Sahara, and you will see time unfold from the past to modern day. Whoa. Oh my God, look at the movement on the skirt now. What a beautiful reveal. Oh my God. One last look. A Look Through Time. Parhelia Princess, Moon Sundogs. Modeled by Hannah Block. The hexagonal ice prisms in the clouds reflect the light of both sun and the moon. Taking place only in the winter months, the ice prisms in the clouds mirror the central light. This reflection casts light at 22 degrees from each side of the central light, creating a mock sun or moon. Tonight, our princess is showcasing both phenomena in all of her delicate and flowing beauty. Don't be tricked, because soon chaos will follow. The beauty before the storm, Parhelia. Parhelia Princess glows in her winter scape. The Czar of Gravity. Gravity, modeled by Beckham Retzlaff. The laws of gravity are definite and unstoppable. Like a ruler of a kingdom, gravity rules over everything in the universe in one way or another. An embodiment of several forms of the phenomenon, the Czar of Gravity represents the power and interactions it creates within its kingdom. From a black hole scepter to a neutron star crown, like a knight in shining armor, the Czar of Gravity is always on duty, maintaining the forces of nature. My God, he's so powerful. Choreography of the Deep, Murmuration and Schooling, modeled by Grace Johnson. Rays of sun pierce the sea, a tidal orchestra to accompany. Schools of fish as dancers undefined, 1,000 hearts as a single mind. Currents whisper a symphony of blue. There is safety in our numbers, tried and true. From the depths of the whale larks, like a silent force, so quickly dart left, then glide right on a spiraling course. Gliding through an indigo stage, the whale is engulfed by silver dancers, bound to the ocean's cage. A shimmer from the shadows, under beams of light, circling, spinning, and again scattered in fright. Deep at the sea, in the shallowing tide, look to see schools of dancers, clinging by the side. Wow, that whale is amazing. Avalon Icyclus, avalanche, modeled by Cadence Svehelic. The Fey Queen Avalon watches over her mountain range, the snowy peaks that rise into clouds and hold an aura of silence over her domain. But then, a disturbance with her perfect silence echoes across the range. Hikers tread across the smooth snow, leaving their hideous marks in their wake. Their voices barely above a whisper, yet their conversation echoes and rattles the ice and snow above the mountain. The Queen Avalon looks on with disdain for those who dare break her silence. She decides to drown out the hikers within the noise of her own. They will soon be entombed with ice and snow, returning the land to stillness. Oh my God. That was like a whole avalanche experience. All right, I think that the avalanche was our last outfit. So give it up. So basically, what's gonna happen now is you can see our judges are getting up. They're going to go deliberate the winners, and we are gonna watch a really wonderful behind-the-scenes video of all of the chaos that's been ensuing for the past 3 weeks. So that's gonna be so cool. And then after that, you're gonna see everyone one last time, and then we'll announce the winners. So now hopefully we have our video.
What about a hit? What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand. Will it ever click? Will it ever click? Are you a freak? You turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose. What about a hit? What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand. Will it ever click? Will it ever click? Are you a freak? You turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose. What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand. Will it ever click? Are you a freak? Maybe this time I'll choose. What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand. Will it ever click? We take the audio off, right?
Why would I take the audio out? Your parents want to hear you talk.
I guarantee you they do not want to hear this.
You turn and face me. Maybe Maybe this time I'll choose.
What are you doing?
Closer, you turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose. Closer. There's something about you. 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 What about a hit? What about a hit? Oh, start to shake. Start to shake with your hand. Whatever click. Whatever click. Are you a freak? You turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose. What about a hit? What about a hit? Oh, start to shake. Start to shake with your hand. Whatever click. Whatever click. Are you a freak? You turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose.
Questions, I never can answer them right, and it's always something.
I'm just testing you.
Hold on when we dancing. Bodies round us caught up in a wave. Sometimes it's like playing around with magic. Let it take you all the way. Come for more. I won't let me go. Stop feeling so
Tim, what do you know?
Bob, you can't do this.
my motion. That's when I get my motion. moment. That's when I get my motion. 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 Our bodies in the moment.
Someone's cleaning. Someone's cleaning.
That's when I get my something takes over when we dancing. Bodies round us caught up in a wave. Sometimes it's like playing around with magic. Let it take you all the way. Come from on high, won't let me go.
I only burned myself like 3 times.
I only burned myself 3 times.
Taking control. That's when I get my motion. That's when I get my motion. Our bodies in the moment. That's when I get my motion. 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 Our bodies in the moment. That's when I get my motion. That's when I get my motion. That's when I get my motion.
Get my good side.
One night it was over. Woke up, I was stronger. You were done getting closer. One night it was over. Woke up, I was stronger. You were done getting closer. I still think about you when I'm feeling lonely. I still think about you when I'm with somebody. You've been on my mind. I wish that I could turn back time. 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 I still think about you when I'm feeling lonely. I still think about you when I'm with somebody. You've been on my mind. I wish that I could turn back time. I wish that I could turn back time. I wish that I could turn back time.
And walking. Now don't forget to hold your hand. And then you
I wish that I could turn back time. 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 I still think about you when I'm feeling lonely. I still think about you when I'm with somebody. You've been on my mind. I wish that I could turn back time. I wish
Are you coaching him?
No.
You better not be coaching him. If you're coaching him, you're coming down and coaching me.
This is 3D envy, is what it is. in 3 dimensions, envy is happening here.
Go sleep till Brooklyn.
Did you guys like that video? Yeah. Pretty crazy experience, right? Did you guys enjoy all the outfits? Yes? Oh my God. Some of them, I had not seen them finished before. Like, I was in the building last night and they were just cardboard still. So, like, seeing them finished, I was like, oh my God, my mind is blown. But we're gonna see these outfits one more time, and we're gonna see the groups with their partners. So welcome back to the stage, Phenomeny.
You see your reflection, you see what I like. You look good in the morning, and you don't even know it. When you see your reflection, you see what I like. You look good in the morning, and you don't even know it. we got no future at all. They wanna keep us out, can't hold us down anymore. We gonna ride till we fall. When we hit the bottom, nothing gon' stop us. Climb to the top with you. We could be the greatest ones who never made it. Yeah, I could be talking to you. They tryna hate, but we won't change anything at all. Oh, we gonna ride till we fall. They think we just dropped out, living at our mom's house. Parents must be so proud, they know it all. No, they don't speak our language. They say we're too savage. Yeah, no, we don't give.
That was pretty incredible, I think. That was pretty good. All right, my little envelope that's supposed to have the awards in it is empty still. So I think that means that either someone's gonna tell me who the award winners are, or they're letting me do crowd work. Yeah. Okay, where's Josh? Gone. Out of the room? Who here has been to Fashion Without Fabric before? Oh my goodness. What, if anyone would like to say, oh, you've taught Fashion Without Fabric. You're perfect for me. What is the craziest Fashion Without Fabric emergency that you guys have experienced in your many years of wisdom?
Students oversleep.
Yeah. I was almost guilty of that one. I did Fashion Without Fabric last year, and it was much drama, much chaos. Like, oh my goodness. I want to thank the professors for all that you guys do in this project, because truly we could not do this without you. And yeah. Last year I lost my glove and it was like devastating. There were tears. I did not know what to do without the glove. It was just a glove. But Rose, who's probably not even in here right now because she's judging, helped me find the glove, and the tears were gone, and I walked the runway, and it was awesome, and it was so good. And all of this, like, you saw the video of the chaos, and I've been talking about like sleepless nights and craziness, but it truly is all worth it. And I think that everyone just has like a good experience in the end. So that's super cool. I'd also like to thank the coordinators, one of whom was kind of subject to one of those emergencies that I was previously talking about. Thank you to Soap for coordinating this year. Yeah. Soap is amazing. Last year, Soap was also supposed to model for Fashion Without Fabric, and they got their photos taken and they did the practice runway, but they didn't quite make it to the final runway because they got their contacts stuck in their eyes and they had to go to the emergency room. Yeah, not a good situation. I don't think we had any of that this year, but now they're a coordinator, so what a legend. I'd also like to say thank you to Abby. Oh my God, Abby, you legend. Abby had Fashion Without Fabric during COVID, and they didn't get to like walk the runway like this, so they ended up becoming like a model for other years of Fashion Without Fabric, and now they're a coordinator. So, yeah. And then one last time, because we do not say it enough, thank you to Kathy Wiseman. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a blessing, a blessing. All right. I wonder, results? Close. Kelly, do you have any other Fashion Without Fabric emergency stories? Yeah, no?
I was with the contact.
Oh,
It was very scary. We did breathing work and waited for the emergency services to come. It was bad.
Kelly does not get paid enough. That's so crazy. Oh my God. I can't even imagine getting contacts stuck in my eyes. Like, was she like bleeding out of her eyes? Okay. Sorry, that was gruesome. Oh my God. I'm hearing Tim speak. Tim, are the winners perhaps selected yet? The winners are really smart. Okay, thank you, Tim. He's really giving us all the inside info. Jasmine, you haven't taught Fashion Without Fabric yet. Jasmine is new to UW Stouts. What was your first experience like?
It was a lot of fun, and I'm excited that it went really well tonight.
It went really not well tonight. Yes. Oh my goodness. That's so good to hear. I thought it did. Oh, you guys, the results. They're calling me. I'll be right back, hopefully with good news. All right. The results are in for our award in avant-garde fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage, The Fool. Amazing work, you guys. Oh, they're having Next, the award for accessories and details. The winner is Les Monarques de Colbert. Highly deserving. Beautiful. My God. The award for artistry and craft goes to the Great Celestial Pyramid. Next up, the award for innovative use of materials. Seeing the light. Here they come, swing that tail. All right, now we're gonna be moving on to our best, like third place, second place, and first place winners. We're grabbing one team. They're taking their time, but it's worth it. The suspense is building up. I know you've already seen it, but you need the suspense, okay? Like after all that deliberation, waiting for the judges, like they're letting it sit. You have to marinate. All right. Third place goes to Striving to Thrive. Phenomenal job. Second place goes to The Faces of Those You Know. This one is so crazy. Good job, oh my god. Almost dropped the mic literally. There you go. Congratulations, you guys. He's hiding the first place prize from me. We're waiting again. There seems to be confusion. Just let it marinate. Oh my goodness. I don't even know who it is. He won't show it to me. It's building up inside me too. Oh. All right, first place goes to Choreography of the Deep. Yes! You got it, here they come! The winners! Well worth the wait. So amazing. Look at that whale, you guys. This one is gorgeous. Oh, you guys are so cute. So sweet. So well deserved, so beautiful. They're so cute, oh my god. Yes! All right, are you guys ready to hear about the scholarship winner? Drum roll, please. The winner of this year's Fashion Without Fabric 2025 scholarship is Nature's Resource. Congratulations, you guys, you did it. That's $1,000. Wait, take your things. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, what a show we had tonight. Now I know that I already told stories about our coordinators and thanked them already, but I'm calling them up here to thank them again. So could Soap and Abby please come up to the stage? Yes. Give them a big round of applause. So good, you guys. The amount of work that they have done for us. They put this whole show together. Thank you so much to Abby and Soap. Yes, yes. All right, and also, they weren't the only ones that put this show together. That is me. I am Ainsley Violet. I've gifted myself these flowers. Okay, but seriously, one last thank you. Thank you so much to Bob Atwell for all of his coordination, all of his hard work. Thank you so much. And thank you to you all, our Stout community, for coming to this great event and for making it happen every year. Thank you so much. And finally, thank you to the janitors who have to clean up after us. My God, they never get enough thanks. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. This was Fashion Without Fabric.
Babe, don't make a sound. 2 a.m. low, gotta keep it down. Don't wait around for a signal now. Give me some verb, I ain't talking now.